YouTube? Got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the CLYW Borealis. Now the Borealis is the 4th or 5th signature yo-yo of world champion Zach Gormley. It says so here. Zach Gormley, world champion. And this is the newest one. I believe this one came out this year. And it's awesome. It's basically, to put it the way CLYW put it, is it's an upgraded version of the previous Borealis. At least contest-wise upgraded. You know, upgraded is an opinion. Is it better, worse? Let's find out. So, diameter of this yo-yo is 56.34 millimeters. The width is 44 millimeters. The gap width is 4.3 millimeters, which is a little small, just a hair. The weight is 65.8 grams, which is pretty much perfect. Bearing size, or the bearing is a standard CBC center track bearing. I think it's a 10 ball though, because it's really silent and smooth. Comes with snow tires, designed in Canada, made in China. So actually had the privilege to talk to Steve Brown before this came out, and he was telling me about how Zach was very integral and very picky about the process of the design of this yo-yo. I guess he and Chris were back and forth a lot on this one. And I gotta say, I think it really paid off, because this is a really awesome yo-yo. This, to me, is probably the best CLYW, along with the Kayak. Those two are probably the best CLYWs to have come out since CLYW moved production to China. This one has all the magic, in my opinion, of the one-drop machine stuff, like the old Borealis and the Orca and those type of things. Bonfire. This has that kind of magic that I felt like some of the other ones were lacking. So this one, awesome. In my opinion, it's kind of a combination of his last two signatures. So here is the Arctic Circle 2, and here is the last run of the Borealis, which was probably the last yo-yo to be machined by one drop. So it's sort of a combination of these two yo-yos, if that makes sense. So here's the newest one. New Borealis. Last two Zach signatures. So, as you can see, it's a little bit more W-shaped than the last one. This one was a little bit more OH. This one's got a little bit more of a W flare to it, kind of like this. Similar cuts to the Arctic Circle 2 and the last Borealis. And the cups, at least the nipple in the cup, it's basically the same down there as it was. However, what they've done differently from the previous Borealis is they've moved this ring up. So it's the weight of the yo-yo is more towards the rim, more towards the edge of the rim on the new one, as opposed to this one where it's sort of moved back a little bit. See what I'm talking about? And it's a little bit of a thinner rim, and there's more of like a thumb grind lip underneath than this one. So, little slight tweaks, but it makes a big difference in play. This plays a lot more powerfully, but it's still very light and nimble on the string, you know, than this one is. But it's a little bit less organic. I don't know. I kind of really like them both. To be honest with you, this one has definitely got a little bit more competition edge to it. I don't feel like this one had. This is a great yo-yo. It's really fun, but at the same time, I feel like it's not as long spinning or stable as a lot of other competition yo-yos might be. So I think that's really what they were trying to update with the newest model of the Borealis. So hopefully, Zach will be competing a lot more with this Borealis here through 2018 and beyond, because this is an awesome yo-yo. But that's probably enough of me just rambling on about it. Let's go throw it around. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright guys, we are back with the CLYW Borealis 2. Or at least the new Borealis. I don't know if it's the 2 or... I don't know. Borealis. CLYW. Grind finish is great, like it is on all CLYW yo-yos. Even with the splashed ones, the grind finish is super smooth and like powdery feeling. Really, really nice. Really nice. There is a rather large thumb grind lip that it's pretty easy to get. I mean, locks your thumb in perfectly. So, great thumb grind lip. I don't know if that's there intentionally, but I think it's fun. So, thumb grind lip, love it. Great finish. As far as finger spins are concerned, I mean, there's a little bit of engraving in there, but it doesn't, like, you can't feel the engraving. Like, this side says Zach Gormley, and this side's got, like, things in it. But with this splash, it's kind of hard to tell because there's, like, white splash in there, too. But you can finger spin it. It's not, like, the best finger spin yo-yo ever, but because there's a cup in there, it's, like, to catch. It's pretty easy to finger spin. So, you know, no super long finger spins, nothing crazy like it's a, you know, like it's a Skyva or anything, but you could definitely do them. It's really just kind of a great all-arounder. It's a lot faster than the original Borealis. I think that has to do with the weight being about 65 and, like, you know, just under 66 grams. And a lot more weight in the rims, but it doesn't play heavy, which is also really good. So, kind of a nice balance and just a really nice feeling, nice playing yo-yo. Usually sort of like good all-arounders are kind of boring to throw. This one's not. It's like, it's got a really fun, really interesting weight distribution. And I really like it a lot. I'm not sure if Zach uses really thin string, but my only real complaint about it is that because the gap is a little smaller than normal, the gap's about 4.3 millimeters, and the use of the snow tires is that you can kind of sometimes feel the snow tires drag along the string. And, you know, I don't know, if Zach uses much thinner string, like if he's using like Kitty 1.5 nylon, that's not going to be a problem for him, and he's going to actually need that. But I've got my, you know, regular thick white zip lines on there, and a little snaggy, just a little bit, not too bad. Not anything get in the way. It's just something I thought I would mention. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, this thing would handle anything you could throw at it. Long combos, short combos. Just it's nice. It's a great mono metal. I really, really, really enjoy it. Like all CLYWs, this baby is dead smooth. No vibe whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Can't feel it on the string. Can't feel it on your finger. Dead smooth. And I've taken this apart a couple times. I actually got this used in a trade. Dead smooth. CLYW does a really good job at QC. If you buy an A-grade CLYW, you get a glass smooth yo-yo. Especially the new ones. So I don't know who does their machining because they moved the machining to China, but whoever does it is better at it than most of the other companies who do machining in China. So yeah, CLYW they really try their best to put out a very premium product, and they have a great team too. So definitely a member of the yo-yo community, definitely a company within the yo-yo community that is worth getting your support. But yeah, that's how it throws. So let's go ahead and stick it on the desk. We'll take it apart. I'll show you guys what the insides look like, and we'll go do pros and cons. All right, guys, we are back on the desk with the CLYW Borealis. So let's take this baby apart. Comes apart very nicely, no problems. Stainless steel axle there. Works good. Center track bearing. Dead silence. Smooth. Spins great. Is great. No qualms there. Great bearing and a great yo-yo. Let's check out the insides here. So cut there, little groove there, step there before the snow tire response pads. Got the purple ones in there because it matches the colorway very beautifully. Snow tires tend to last a really long time for me. So, you know, the fact that I got this used, these snow tires still look new, and they still grip like they're new. Overall, just a great design. I think Beach Party is a great colorway. Like, this is probably the prettiest colorway that CLYW has done to date. since moving their production to China. I think really, in my opinion, the thing that suffered the most when they moved to China was their colors, their colorways, because their old colorways were just, oh my god, out of this world. You know, as you can see, very vibrant. But this one's pretty good. I can't deny that. This one's pretty great. I don't think they're all this great, but this one's pretty great. So let's do pros and cons. Pros, amazing grind finish. Awesome thumb grind lip for all your thumb grind needs. Very finger spinnable. That engraving there, you can't even feel it, like, at all, which is fantastic. It's also a pretty nice engraving as well. A little bit subtle. Can't really even see it in this colorway. Some of the other colors, it pops a little bit more. But, you know, no qualms with the engraving. Says Zach Gormley, world champion. And then has little, like, snowflakes and water. So, very cool. Like I said, grinds great shape for that. Very comfortable organic feel, but still sort of very competition-y. I mean, just overall, just a great yo-yo. It's a great design. I mean, you know, like I said, Zach had a lot to do with this. So if you like Zach's style, if you like what Zach does, and you like, you know, this would be a great yo-yo if you're a Zach fan for you. It's a great yo-yo anyway. But it's a good all-arounder, and it's really fun, and I've been picking it up a lot since I got it, because it's really great. And I have a ton of yo-yos, and this is a really great one. Cons, like I said, a little, just because the gap is a little narrower than normal, 4.5 millimeters is about normal. You can, and that plus the snow tires, you can kind of feel the snow tires rub, especially with, you know, thicker or normal-sized string. Like I said, I think Zach probably uses slightly thinner string, but you know, that's not a huge deal. It's just, you know, let you know it's there. It doesn't really mess you up, but too many string wraps can kind of bunch you up there a little bit if you're not using super thin string. The price is, you know, it is what it is. They're $85 for solid colors, $90 for the splashes, and maybe even $95 depending. But I've been back and forth on this in my head about the new CLYW stuff, because it is more expensive than pretty much everything else that gets machined in China. It's even more expensive than a lot of stuff that gets machined in America if you're thinking about the one-drop stuff, but they are their own machine shop, as opposed to, you know, CLYW having to outsource it to somebody else. Whoever CLYW uses, though, as far as a machine shop is concerned, is just incredible. And I mean, top-notch machining. These things are dead smooth. I have yet to play a new CLYW that wasn't super smooth. I've even got some that I've dinged up a little bit, and they are still super smooth. Like, you can feel the ding, but they are still just as smooth on the string as they were brand new out of the box. So, you know, I guess really what you're paying for is the top quality machining from China and that top quality QC that you get from CLYW, because I'm telling you what, their quality control is second to none. I mean, their quality control is amazing. So I really can't fault them on the price, because they really do go the extra mile to get you the QC and everything that comes with a premium yo-yo. So I've been back and forth on it to say, I don't know, maybe they're too expensive or whatever. For the, you know, the QC that you get and just the perfection that you get, you know, I've never had one or played one that wasn't perfect. So there's that. Plus, Steve Brown's a cool dude. CLYW supported East Coast Masters as well. They're, you know, if you're giving them money, it's not like they're not getting out. You know, it's not like they're not putting it back into the community, because they really are. And I can attest to that firsthand. They really put it back into the community. And Steve organizes, God, it seems like a contest every month, or at least several per year, including the really big ones. He's sort of the man who is behind the scenes doing the work, pulling the strings. So, you know, good company to support. I like Zach Gormley a lot. I think he's fun to watch, and this is a really good yo-yo. As you can see, I have lots of Zach Gormley signature yo-yos, and this is a very welcome addition to my collection, because it's awesome. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you have one of these? Do you have a Borealis? It's been out for a little while. But if you don't have one, you may want to seriously consider picking it up, because it's really, really good. I would say this and the Kayak are probably the two best yo-yos to come out of CLYW since they've moved their machining to China. And they, to me, sort of stand head and shoulders above everything else, and head and shoulders above a lot of other yo-yos. This is probably going to be one of my favorites for 2018, if it did indeed come out in 2018. I think it did, but I will double check that before I put that list together. But it's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you, and I will see you next time.